Hello and welcome to Mission Alive. I think we learn more from people than we do in classrooms or from books. I think by looking at people, by living with people, we learn so much. That's what I did with my father. I learned so much from my father just by what he did. There were only two of us in the family, my sister and I. And when we were little, my sister got very sick. She couldn't go to school, she couldn't do anything. She had a very bad fever that lasted for many years. The doctors even said that one day it would kill her. She didn't take any notice of them. They told her she couldn't play, she couldn't go to dances, she couldn't get married and have children, and she did all those things because she said, I'm going to die doing things, not just die sitting in a chair. But for a long time when she was young, that's what she had to do, just sit. Sit on the front veranda watching people go past while I went to school. And it was a long way to walk to school. Going in the morning, I went down the back roads where there was no traffic. Coming home in the afternoon, when it was too early for the traffic to be on the road, the people were still all working, I came home the front way and looked in the shop windows. And my father was a tram driver. The trams went right down the middle of the road. And they stopped at every corner for people to get on or off. And the thing was, when the tram stopped, all the cars on the side where the tram was going had to stop. The tram was going this way. When the tram stopped, all the cars on this side of the road had to stop. If the tram was coming this way, when the tram stopped, all the cars coming this way had to stop so that the people could get onto the tram and get off the tram in safety. But the trams just stopped at the corner where the street ended and there was a road across and another street started. That's where they stopped. They went from corner to corner. But when I was walking home some afternoon, the tram bell would ring, clang, 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 clang. And I'd look up and the tram would stop right in the middle of the street. And the cars would have to stop so the people could get on or off. And so the tram would stop, all the cars coming this way would have to stop. In the middle of the street, not on a corner. And when the tram stopped, my father would open the door of the driver's cabin and I would walk across that road slowly up to the tram driver, put up my hand, and the tram driver would give me a small 6-penny coin, maybe like 5 toya, 5 cents, 6 cents today. He'd give me 6pence and I'd take it in my hand and then I would slowly walk back to the street where I'd left my school bag. And all the car drivers waiting for this one little girl to walk across and to walk back. My father didn't start that tram until I was safely standing on the footpath. And then when he went off, all the cars would go off. He made me feel so important, walking out there in front of all those cars. I was big enough, strong enough to stop the traffic. They had to wait for me, not for a queen, not for a king, but for just this little girl who walked across to get 6pence from her father. That's how I see God. That's how I see God. God is a God who protects me. God is a God who loves me. God is a God who thinks I'm special. God is a God who takes notice that I'm all alone. I haven't got a sister walking beside me coming home from school. I'm walking alone. And he wants me to know that, no, you're not alone. Somebody is looking after you. And so my father would stop his tram. God does things like that for each one of us. Each one of us is so special to God. Each one of us is protected by God. No cars to hit me, no bikes to hit me. I was safe as long as my father was stopping that tram. God does that for us. God loves us. God is our Father. This is the God who made me. He made me to be with him forever. And to be with him forever, I have to live like God, like Jesus, his Son. And God gives me many examples of what he is like. God is a God of love. God is a God who protects. God is a God who is our companion, a companion on our journey. So look out for ways this week when God is looking after you, because God looks after each one of us. Goodbye for now.